two.
Well, no, we're here now. No bother counting down. It's on now. Thankfully, we're sorry for the delay, folks.
Yep.
Things got a little awry at the last second there, but we're here. We're in one piece. And hello to the world, and welcome to Game Show Talking Fun, episode 5. This is Friday night, October 21st, 2016. Like I said, yeah, we're a couple minutes late on the trigger, but we're here in one piece. We're determined to do this until we get it right, folks. And as this is how it works, as always. If those of you that are managing to get a look in here on YouTube, you should see a Google Hangout link in the description below. I'm even gonna go so far as to here, Paul. Can we get that edited or something just to make sure that
I edited the one inside the YouTube broadcast, so you should be fine.
okay? Letting people on Facebook know at the same time.
You want to do that? Because I was in the middle of writing a post.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm doing it on my own wall. You put on the thing. So we'll do that. We'll do that. So all right, the chat room should also be open on the side, folks. If you're watching the setup here, and like I said, we're just kind of running all over the place here. Once again, we seem to just have the strangest luck with live podcasting, folks. But we're here. We're all in one place. Paul, our good man Paul Williams is here, of course. He's checking all the tech, making sure it's all placed. Scott Goldiner here as well. Scott, back yourself up off the camera so we can see more than half your face.
The big C is in the house.
Huh?
The big C is in the house.
Okay, wait. I didn't get to you yet, Charles. Hang on one second. There you are. There's Charles Berman. He's all in one place. Okay, all right, and no background noises. I hope, right, Charles?
Yeah, brother.
Okay, good to hear. Okay, and there's the entire face of Scott. We're all in one piece. Okay. Anyway, all right. Now that I think we're all here, let's get some Smash or Trash business started, and we'll get all the business done for tonight. We got 3 main items for the list. No, wait, okay. Our silent producer is checking in with us on Facebook there. Yeah, I know it says. Wait. What do you mean it says T-minus 20 minutes?
Yeah, because I have fast forwarded up to now. It should be live right now, though. That's the funny thing.
I hope people are seeing us.
Yeah, I'll double check on that right now.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Just make sure to mute the video itself here because it says live. So I'm running with it. Anyway.
No, we're live. We're live.
Okay. So it's showing. Okay. Good. We get more and more skilled by the minute, folks. Okay. All right. Enough worry. Smash or Trash. Item number 1. Let's get this started. We'll start with the probably what we have to easily consider as our moment of the week in terms of this week's current game shows because it was lighting up Facebook and Twitter trends and all this stuff or whatever. I was even seeing that college football headline from last year, "What a time to be alive." That referring to the moment from Monday when in one showcase showdown, The Price is Right, all 3 contestants managed to spin the dollar, so they had a 3-way tie for the money. Now I'm gonna ask this question of you guys because I think we're on fair agreement in terms of Smash or Trash that it's cool to see this moment because we don't get to see this very often. It's not the first time it's ever happened, but my question with regards to Smash or Trash is what do you think in terms of how the internet reacted to this? Because it's definitely a lot wilder than we're used to seeing. And here, Scott, you can kick it off here. What do you think, Smash or Trash, in terms of fan reaction to the 3-way dollar?
Well, how did the fans react? I didn't posts and everything about it.
Well, again, it's just the idea that, like I said, it's just like really super trended and things like that, and like the headlines that were coming out of this and stuff or whatever. I'm just trying.
Pretty much, it was just a bunch of. It was actually one of the Facebook trending moments, if I remember correctly, the day that it happened. So that's probably one of the big things that everybody's talking about.
That to happen. So I'm gonna have to say smash for it. I mean, it's very rare it happens. I mean, it'll even be super rare if all six people get it.
Oh, yeah, that I don't think has ever happened. Period, and stuff like that.
I think like the most in any case would be 4, maybe
Probably in some
on that.
probably in some circumstance, whoever the case is. So let's see let's see where that goes here. Okay, why all of a sudden I see faces down there in the winds open. Now all of a sudden I don't see faces on our main screen here. Did something happen again?
So
Your connection might be
No.
bad, but I see all 5 people here.
Yeah, I see 5 people here as well and stuff like that. But
I'm gonna say smash for that, or that happens.
Okay, I gotcha. All right, so we got one smash in there. Paul, what are you thinking with regards to the reactions?
I think that was for the fact that it was an odd thing to happen. That everybody was started talking about it. It was just really, really kind of weird the fact that people started talking about the Price is Right again. Like Price is Right has been on for like 40 some odd years now. Now people slowly talking about it, even if it's just for this one moment. I think that the hype for it though was before the fact that it wasn't your usual case of 3 people hitting the dollar on their first spin. It was more like each person that day had to hit on a combination of 2 spins in order to get there. One person even being lucky enough to go 50-50 on consecutive spins to go ahead and put himself into the dollar win situation. I think that's probably why it was one of those random situations where we don't see it that often.
Yeah.
So definitely a smash for the reaction though. It's just I just did not expect many people to talk about it. Like it's a rare thing. It happens a lot on the show. People watch it.
Right, exactly. The stats that I have here, just for the record, it says the one person hit it with a 35-65 combo. The second person got it with the double 50, and the other one was a 30-70. So that was the mix there. Okay, and again, I still don't know why I don't see myself here. Okay, so here we go. While we're still trying to figure that out, so let's see here, Charles. I'll bring you in on the mix here. What's your opinion with the reaction?
Well, my opinion on the reaction, everybody was totally buzzing about it online. Me and Cherish were watching it that morning. We couldn't even believe it ourselves.
Okay, I thought you had more to say on that one. So
let me add on to this.
But you definitely enjoy it though, I imagine. Yes.
Big time. Me and Cherish watch it every day.
Gotcha. It's definitely all good there. Okay, so we got that. We got that all in piece there. Okay, so it seems we're there. Who knows?
Smash.
All right.
We have Woj.
All right. Oh yes, I see you, Matthew Woj. Just good to see you again, buddy. How's everything going?
Well, I promise I won't question the results, and I'll accept them for this trash.
Do I even want to know?
You already know.
That so you say. Whatever the situation is. All right. What do you feel with regards to the with regards to the whole thing with the three-way dollar?
Well, for one thing, not rigged.
I demand a recount.
Okay, all right. What is this that it just seems? Why does it seem that for years? And again, here I'm going to be moving myself to see if this helps with reception. Or I don't know if that's a problem with me. What is it that everybody's got to invoke the old Barry and Enright clause and say, oh, it's rigged, it's rigged. All right, seriously, it's kind of that. To me, that's the sort of thing that it's like how you don't say the word bomb when you're on an airplane. Kind of the same thing here. You don't say the word rigged when it comes to a game show.
Well, considering Twitter has made everything more accessible.
That's true, and that sort of thing, whatever. But I will say this, because there's one definite problem that I have with this is just that it's like everybody there's some people that statistically have the facts wrong with regards to this and stuff like that, because like I'm even looking at one article here right now that was saying something to the effect that's like this three-way tie is the first in 25 years. No, it's not. It's happened a lot sooner since 91. It may be first in Drew's era, but
not even the first in Drew's. There's been a few.
Perhaps so, but it happened a few times in Bob's era. Though I just saw one. I just saw one the other night in reference for this that goes back to 2003. So that's the story there. So who knows with that regard and what's going on, things like that. Who knows? So now what is this, Paul, that you
that's just a heads up internally because most of the country's major websites have been like getting DDoS left and right. Twitter, Crunchyroll, a few other websites. Google may be one of them. I don't know. So I'm just saying, if we get dropped, just join back in right away.
Okay, is that why maybe I'm only seeing your pictures down here at the bottom and
that could possibly be it.
Okay.
But I know for a fact I'm definitely seeing myself on YouTube because I can actually do the camera switch and everything like that. But yeah, it's turned into a shit show over in the West Coast. So
Just be very careful and stuff like that. We'll see what's happening with all that regarding things. All right, we'll try to, and hopefully everybody's hearing us. We'll try to go to our next item now and see where all this is going. So I am number 2 this week. All right, and this probably is the weird one for this. We know about all the things that ABC is doing. We know about Pyramid, Match Game, BattleBots, To Tell the Truth, of course, Celebrity Family Feud. They got the Gong Show come back next year. We mentioned that in the lightning round last weekend. But now it seems that CBS wants to get into the game show vibe back again, which is strange because that usually isn't Les Moonves' bag. The strange thing is how they want to get back into it, because they're working with the game producer King to make Candy Crush the game show.
All right.
Wrap
Everybody
your
get
head
prepared.
around this one. All right, Scott, go. We've rendered Scott speechless, folks.
Well, just start playing.
Let me-
Start practicing.
Give me a paperclip, a ballpoint pen, and a rubber band.
Why? Okay, you're gonna have to explain that one to me later. We'll have to figure that out.
I'm done. I'm done. On that.
You're done. Just had to check out for a little bit there, but he'll be back. I know he's come back a little bit. Here, while you sort yourself out here, Scott. Here, Paul, you weigh in. What do you think about the idea of having Candy Crush as a game show?
What the? The only way how this could possibly work out is if you do it some kind of Double Dare Nickelodeon style, but I don't see how, like, what would be the premise of the game? Is this going to be a quizzer, or is it going to be a physical activity kind of game, or what? Because I don't know.
I don't know. The details of that are sketchy at the moment. It hasn't exactly been properly established as to how that's all going to work out and things. So again, this deal has just been signed. Again, this is all in process or whatever. Nothing has been officially, fully developed. So there's no plot on the slate or whatever the case is.
They would have a better chance of turning Slingo into a game show over Candy Crush.
Slingo! Nobody even knows what Slingo is anymore, whatever. And believe me, there were attempts years and years ago when it was first out and first popular to try to get that turned into a game show, and it did not work. It wasn't. It was never picked up past any pilot or development stage. So you can forget about that. It's way too far gone for that. Matthew, how do you want to weigh in Smash or Trash on the idea of a Candy Crush game show?
Well, first of all, Scott, here's your ballpoint pen, paperclip, and rubber band.
Again, I still want to know, Scott, after the show, what you're supposed to be doing with that.
Yeah, personally, I'm looking forward to the episodes where the contestants from Survivor, Big Brother, and Amazing Race come on the show.
More
Nickelodeon tie-ins, yeah.
Yeah, but
because CBS can't help but cameo their reality shows in with their existing products.
Yeah, but I think Jay Sherman said it best.
It stinks.
Yeah. Wait, can we get the Price is Right losing horn?
No, I've just got the Pyramid Buzzer.
Or something in there. I don't even know what that was. That sounds like an old school doorbell. that sounds like for the apartment buildings or something. Or yeah, hello, this is Carlton, your doorman. So yeah, I'll say this. Even though it's been, God, I can't remember last time I played Candy Crush because I like reached a certain point with Candy Crush where I just reached a level that was just like dead impossible, and I just stopped playing. I think that was like at least a year ago or whatever. And then Scott got me into Pokemon Shuffle, which even that I haven't touched in a while. But do you still play Shuffle once in a while, Scott? Okay, you still play it, yeah, but you don't play Go.
I don't have the phone for it.
Oh, okay, that's why. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're on now. I know I've still got Shuffle on the iPad or whatever the case is, but I haven't touched it in a while, whatever. But I will say this: everybody still knows Candy Crush. Obviously, everybody still plays Candy Crush, and I'm sure Brianna would love it when it actually gets fully developed and becomes a show and stuff like that. The only reason I'm gonna at least trash it for the moment is because at least until we get a better idea of how it's supposed to work. I don't know. I don't see the play along factor. That's what's gonna make that tough with a game like that, or at least that's what I think.
In other words, it's going to be the next Magnificent Marble Machine.
Well, you know what? That's an interesting analogy and stuff like that. No, we'll have to take a look with that. For anybody watching out there that's never heard of the Magnificent Marble Machine, try to picture turning pinball into a game show. There's maybe one episode you'll find on YouTube or whatever, perhaps, and if not, go to game. Find the Game Show Garbage YouTube channel after the show is over and look at their entry with it and stuff like that. One way or another, it's
a clip in the movie The China Syndrome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Towards the very end of the movie, when Jane Fonda is interviewing Jack Lemmon inside the control room of the nuclear power plant, they're showing a small clip of it before they cut to the.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, that seems to make sense. All right, so we got that covered. All right, but overall, what was our vote count for Smash or Trash on that? What did we say? Because I said trash for now. Who else? What was the rest of the go around? Scott.
One Price is Right losing horn.
Okay, all right. So wait, that was a trash for you, Matt. You said trash.
Well, multiples cement jellies for me.
Making more reference. Paul, you were saying.
I'm gonna trash it for now because it just doesn't seem like it'll work.
Gotcha. And Charles, you're back in on this. What did you say? What was your opinion for Smash or Trashing Candy Crush the game show?
Big time trash, man. Big time trash.
I mean, who knows? We may be surprised. So, stranger things have happened in the world. So let's just wait and see what develops. I guess that's all we can do. Okay, our final item for Smash or Trash this week or whatever, and this one just got posted yesterday. And Paul, you're gonna have to definitely post pictures on this because I'm not gonna be able to or whatever because I can still only see you guys down there in the bottom. I know what you're
talking about.
Okay, yes, yeah. Cue up the picture of Reverend Wink Martindale. If that sounds weird to you guys, consider this. It was just announced yesterday in Variety Magazine that next week, take a look at it right now. I'll just put it up there. Sorry. Okay, it was just announced in Variety Magazine yesterday that Wink Martindale is going to be doing a 4-episode cameo starting this coming Thursday, October 26th, on the CBS soap opera The Bold and the Beautiful. And as you can see, he is playing a reverend that's going to be marrying. Like I said, I don't watch soap operas, so I don't know the characters that are being married there, but I know the people playing the roles are right there in the picture with him or whatever. But we rarely get to see our hosts in any sort of standard TV fare of any kind. So Scott, what do you think? How does that look to you with Mr.
Oh yeah,
this thing?
He hasn't aged. I'll say that. He still looks good.
You want to know something strange? Andrea, my wife, was saying the same thing last night. She saw the picture and she had the exact same reaction. He hasn't aged a bit.
When my dad, a while back, when John Ritchie used to have his games on, I downloaded his High Rollers. My dad always thought he had a toupee.
which makes funny for the old debt reference with the guy who ripped his to pay off when he won the big money. It's like, I've never held one of these before, so who knows? All right, but are you smashing or trashing this, Scott? Okay, you like the idea, Paul. What are you saying for it?
I generally like the idea as well. Like, I kind of think it's. I mean, this ain't the first time that we see game show hosts in other projects. There was that random Bert Convy episode. I think it was the Twilight Zone that came on either the Sci-Fi Network, something like that, the other day. I thought that was kind of weird of him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he made, before he was a game show presenter. He was also an actor mainstreaming some other presentations. I forgot which ones. But no, I definitely like this one. I mean, especially, I'm thinking back to even more recently with Bob Barker in that Happy Gilmore film, I think it was.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. That's already been over. That's been just over 20 years. That's pretty scary in its own right.
Right.
We are getting old, folks.
And don't forget that Bob Barker also used to do I think it was either Allstate or State Farm.
I want to say State Farm, because Allstate was always the Cuban guy. I forgot his name, but the from Major League. I want to say State Farm, but it might be.
No. He did the one. He did the one State Farm at. No, you guys are right. So go there.
Martindale also did the thing for Orbits.
That's right. Yeah, he did Orbits for a while. You're right. Yeah. All right, Matthew, chime in there. You smashing and trashing seeing Wink as again in the marrying role.
Well, usually when game show hosts appear on TV shows, they usually play themselves or play a fictitious game show host. But it's nice to see them try something different here by actually putting them in a role that they can add to their actor credit. And when you think about it, back in the day, game shows used to be like going to church, where the host was basically someone who would ask you personal questions and you were basically confessing your sins if you were on the Newlywed Game. But I like this role.
Way of looking at it.
I smash.
All right, we got there. And Charles, we gonna make this a clean sweep, or what do you think?
Well, definitely smash. It's good seeing Wink Martindale back on TV again.
Yeah,
we hadn't heard from him in a while, so no, it's actually that's true. A lot of the classic hosts, have really been kind of silent, these days. They hadn't really heard much from either Monty or Bob, or Monty a little bit thanks to Buzzer, but like I said, hadn't really heard from Wink, hadn't really heard from Chuck. Definitely haven't heard from Bob. We know Eubanks is busy around the country with he's got Hollywood's Greatest Game shows, touring the country and things like that. So I was
actually about to comment that Eubanks, not Eubanks, Monty Hall recently did an interview with Wayne Brady for Buzzer for the anniversary of.
No, that's what I was talking about. Right? Yeah. They originally aired those last fall during the when they were doing the Lost and Founds week, where they were doing all the pilot episodes of things. However, most of those segments aired then and stuff like that. But they re-aired them for the first anniversary of Buzzer on June 1st or whatever. But it's always good to hear those little snippets and things like that. Yeah. So
also, what I wanted to say was that Chuck Woolery has appeared on Fox News as a pundit recently, and he's let his hair go gray.
Oh, really? Do we have a picture proof of that? I'd love to see what that looks like.
And he has a beard now, a full beard.
A beard? Oh, yeah. Somebody get a picture of this. I got to see this. I have not.
Oh, wow.
Wait.
Holy wow! I got it.
You found it, Paul. Cue that up. I want to see.
Give me a moment. Let's see if I could get this queued up, because it's. There we go. I got it right now for you guys. Yeah, right now, and present to everyone. There's Chuck Woolery.
Oh,
Looks the same. He still looks the same though.
I mean, you could tell it's him. It's just, I mean, because you gotta understand the rest of the face. Obviously, you can recognize it's the same way like David Letterman's let himself really go with the big, bushy beard and stuff like that. But obviously, it's just like I guess when your time has come, huh? So who knows? Ay, man. It just
There's a comparison
Not
if you
just
want.
words. It's the same.
just wow.
Remember-
That's something else there.
It's not just a goatee.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so definitely a weird smash or trash list for this week, guys. But definitely some interesting things going on. All right, with that out of the way, let's get into our main subject of the night, and this is going to be a very interesting one and things or whatever. And I gotta admit, I'm a little surprised and sad. Did anybody hear from David Hammond today?
No, I didn't hear from David at all.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised, however, because I think wasn't this his topic? Didn't he pick this?
Yeah, he
no,
did.
No.
I'm okay. Maybe it's just me.
This idea actually. No. Topic was between me and him because we were talking about tic-tac-toe or something.
Well, you also figure at the time that you guys proposed this, we were in the middle at the time of Seth Wilson's big winning streak at the beginning of the month on Jeopardy, and that's what inspired tonight's topic. We're talking about Masters of the Game. So just basically looking through the history of game shows and just trying to find the biggest winners, the cleverest and shrewdest players in the history of the genre, and there's several shows that we're going to be able to cover here in that regard. And so just whoever was able to do whatever it took to win the big money and just beat everybody down the most systematic way possible. And I'll start.
That's fun.
Hang on, Scott. I'm gonna start with you. Hold on a second. Just don't jump the gun. Give me a chance here. I'll give you a chance, Scott, to because we'll throw a couple of names around here and stuff like that. I'll save the left field ones. But here, you started off, Scott. So who do you want to propose as a master of his game, and you explain the reasons why.
That I can't think of the guy's name, but he was a contestant on Caesar's Challenge.
But
Neil Bynes.
that doesn't help us one bit.
Oh, thank you.
How about you give us one that most of the big game show fans know, so we can educate.
Well,
I said the name.
What was the name? Okay, all right. What was it about his? Is there any of the stuff on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. Here, wait. All right.
Caesar's Challenge. He was actually according to Elliot, he was a high-ranking Scrabble player.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Was
So,
able
all right,
to
so the
solve
fact that Caesar's Challenge was a word game. I'll tell you what. If somebody could queue up a piece of this video, because we're gonna. Yeah, it's definitely
Neil
gonna get
Bynes.
some video.
Yeah, basically what happened is that whenever he would answer a question correctly, he would always pick the letter that went in the lucky slot immediately and guess the word right away. And he did that the entire show, leaving his opponents in the dust, and set a one-day record with over $20,000.
Now somebody's got to check me on that stat or whatever, because something doesn't add up with that particular number, because you think about
That's the main game. The
Huh?
main game was $20,000, plus he won the car in the bonus round, so he won over $38,000 in a single day.
Okay, I guess it's just the only thing that I'm trying to wrap my head around with regards to it is that.
Well,
Just hear me out one sec, Scott. Is that I'm just thinking of it in terms of the scoring of the game and things like that. And like I said, those of you that don't know, Caesar's Challenge out there, like I said, if you look up look up an episode after the show, and you'll see what it is that we're talking about.
Watch one of our videos. Go watch one of our videos.
Okay. Wait. We don't have one up for Caesar yet. It's not officially up. We haven't been able to post one yet. We're going to soon. Finally, it took 5 tries, but we're finally going to be able to post the Caesar's Challenge episode up in the not too distant future. We got one Press Your Luck yet to come. We're going to put that up early next week, and then Caesar can finally get its day. So we'll.
Are we putting? I'll talk to Paul about this after the show. But are we putting the 2 episodes up from Anime Next, Paul?
Reply hazy. Try again later.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Yes. Yes.
404 not
found. Let's stay on topic here. Okay, but anyway. All right, but no, it's just that in general, though. No, the thing I'm trying to figure out here is just that with the general scoring of the game, because I know like how much it was in each round for each word, and then the lucky slot and things like that. I'm just saying they would have had to have played a ridiculous amount of words in the course of one game for him to even get to 20,000.
They did, because what ended up happening is the normal episode of Caesar's Challenge normally is six words, but because he was answering them roughly, give or take, but because of the fact that he was answering them so quickly, the producers was just like, screw it, keep making words, just keep making non-letter words, we'll be fine, don't worry about it, just keep going. It got to the point where it's just like, all right, we have enough tape, no, all right, just more words, just keep going. So eventually got to the point that when first round, second round, and then a bunch of third round questions at the end of the episode. That's how come it was able to keep going up towards the 20,000 mark, because he kept knocking them out when it was like $300 per letter.
Well, yeah, because you figure, 9 letters at $300 a piece, that's $2,700 plus the lucky slot, which was another $500 a time. So he's banking $3,200 a word. So okay, if the words kept coming up, then yeah, that makes sense there. So
right. Also, keep in mind that no other player like managed to successfully guess at a word. It was just him. It was just, I'm going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going. And
he just kept buzzing in, getting the questions.
Yeah.
So yeah, so as long as you've got the trivia, you just keep running with it and stuff like that. No, you're exactly right there. Now wait,
right there.
Go ahead, Scott.
There's the video up. So if you click on his.
Oh, okay, I put that back there. Yeah, because like I said, when I've got his box turned on at the moment, so no, he's got his box on. I can't see it. So.
Yeah.
2,700 was his main game end total.
Yep.
Does it show it there on the screen? Because like I said, I can't see it the way.
Yeah, it shows it up right here.
His final score. Yeah, his final.
All right. Here, just do me a favor, Paul. Put a link in the chat thing on the side here. On the side of the Hangout here, just so.
On the side.
Yeah, and of course, yeah. Put it in the chat room link on the main YouTube thing, so that this way everybody's got access to it when we'll see that. Okay. All right. Yeah, no, I guess I missed that one because I know I've looked at Caesar's Challenge videos on online and stuff like that.
I've been trying to find that full episode itself, but apparently it's only in parts.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, as long as it's there, folks, so you have the ability to take a look at it there. Right. All right. Okay. So there's definitely. So we got a master of words. I wasn't expecting that one. I'll be honest with you there. So we got a master of words to lead off our masters of the game concept or whatever there. Okay. All right. Here, Paul, your turn there. Who would you like to propose first for our masters category tonight?
I kind of want to sort of say, Mr. I'm going to sit on this show for about 6 months, sit on Jeopardy for about 6 months, and nobody's going to be able to beat me. But that'll probably be the best. That'll probably be the best. Like, Ken Masters like probably the best example of that. It's like, I'm just going to sit here and actually going to have to start coming up with different questions to ask me because you guys would have known everything about me.
Okay. Pause there 1 second. Backtrack and listen to what you said. You just named a Street Fighter as the greatest Jeopardy champion of all time.
Jennings.
Ken Jennings.
Yes.
Ken Jennings. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, okay. We kind of figured that the Jeopardy people were going to come up along the way during the course of this conversation. I guess, yeah. What better place to start than with Ken Jennings? Like I said, winning 74 games in a row over the course of 6 months back in 2004. Again, another one. Can we believe it's been that long already, folks? So,
And it's still relevant.
Okay, but I mean, Paul, let me ask you this though, just in terms of straight knowledge, because there's obviously going to be other Jeopardy champions that significant ones to this conversation that we're going to bring up and stuff like that. But what do you? Obviously, he's coming in during the course of the first season that they allow unlimited champions. They revoke the 5-day rule. But do you think honestly that he, along with anybody else, really came in and said like, I'm gonna just blow everybody out of the water and just win first for 3, 4, 5 months of tapings or whatever the case is? You really think he or anybody else honestly came in expecting to do that?
No, I was actually kind of expecting him to go like, all right, I kind of have to go back home for family obligations at some point. But no, he sat through and played all those tapings, like every single episode. Like I don't understand how one man could go ahead and just say, oh yeah, we'll move here for a few months and yeah, enjoy life.
Right, exactly.
He just had to fly back and forth between Salt Lake.
Well, in that case, I would assume that would be like a bus ride or anything like that.
Well,
but
in this case, evidently Jeopardy champions get free flights if they win.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there is some. Yeah, well, you would figure. Yeah, that would be a cruel system to have to keep chipping away at their winnings. Time after time and stuff like that. I mean, we think the taxes are bad enough with getting him on the game show winnings. So. Who's to say there? But before we move down the line, while we're on the subject of Jeopardy champions, let's get a couple of others out there, because if you're going to mention Ken Jennings, you also have to mention who is probably Jennings' biggest nemesis, the only man that Jennings has never beaten, and also the man who, to date, stands as the biggest winner worldwide in all of game shows, and that would be Brad Rutter.
Yep.
So
let me point out, Brad Rutter has never lost a game of Jeopardy to a human being.
Right, to a human, yes, because of the IBM Watson challenge from a couple of years ago. Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely an unusual or strange show in its own right. If you never got to see it, out there, folks. So you've seen Watson probably in IBM commercials here and there over the last couple of years, but he got his national debut whipping Ken and Brad's butts in a 2-game challenge and things like that. Watch it; it's very interesting to see the whole process.
But the episodes took 3 days to show.
Well, because remember, the first game they split over 2 days because they were so busy explaining the just everything that Watson was about, what it was designed to do, what they planned to do with it, and how they prepared it for the Jeopardy concept.
That was essentially a vacation week for 90% of the Jeopardy production crew, because that's essentially what that was. It's like, all right, so we're going to go over here and tape in a studio set up by IBM so you guys can stay home.
And to quote from Alex Trebek at the start of the second episode of that, I didn't know that Ontario was a state.
That provided some that just shown some flaws with Watson altogether, because like he could get the words, but the only thing is just he'll just best guess at it. Like he's nothing more than Google being the machine. Like, all right, so I'm just gonna best guess what you're typing in and just go with the first response that pops up. Like,
what would you look like a and right?
Yes, I welcome our new computer overlords.
Oh, Lord.
Easy there.
The funny thing about you bringing up Brad Rutter is me and Scott was also talking about this the other day. Those two are still at the top of the all-time American game show winnings list. Jennings had to go on 3 additional game shows just to even get close. That's the sad part. I got the list right here in front of me. Jennings still has $3.4 million from Jeopardy. 500,000 from Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader,
Right.
100,000 from Grand Slam, 100,000 from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and $714.29 from 1 versus 100.
Yeah, he was on a winning team. He was on a winning mob one time. So, or maybe a couple of times. That was just
it was that one time.
Well, whatever it was. Yeah, no, I can't remember exactly.
Yeah. If only he
Go ahead.
If only he pulled the trigger on the $1 million question on Fifth Grader, he would be the top dog.
He actually would have been, because that would have added another 900,000. I'm sorry, another 500,000, and he would have actually been on top of Brad by another 100K. Brad's 2 game shows were Jeopardy for, of course, 4.45 million right there, and the $1 Million Mind Game, which is another game I'm going to try to bring up on another future episode. That game was severely underrated here in the States. But yeah, he won $100,000 off of that show too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because he was part of a team of 6 and they split $600K. So that was the setup there. Yeah, but it definitely is a testament to, like I said, no, it proves that, hey, Brad is just as good, just as keen with with the game and stuff, and hey, he deserves just as much of the credit in the world there. Okay. Now, here, before we get off the Jeopardy topic, there's also, because we said aside from the people who prove their dominance in game shows through intelligence, there are 2 other major Jeopardy people that I want to make sure get acknowledged here for their very shrewd gameplay, and they're over a generation apart from each other and stuff like that, because one, you got to go back to 1986 to find his gameplay, and the other as recently as, I forget if it was last year or the year before. I'm talking about one of the original tournament champion winners from the Jeopardy era, Chuck Forrest, and the nerdy nemesis of Jeopardy from last year, Arthur Chu. And the reason why I bring
question wasn't Chu and the guy who kept picking.
Yeah, Arthur Chu was the person.
Yeah, whatever
art and literature.
Wait, Scott, repeat what you said, because you keep dipping out on me.
Was true. Same guy copied the same style of gameplay from the guy from the '86 version, where he said, "I'll take art and literature for 500. I'll take sports and leisure for 300."
Right, exactly. And that's why the strategy has been referred to for many years since as the Forrest bounce, because that was the way Chuck Forrest played back then. His most contestants, when you watch Jeopardy, you see them usually, they'll just start from the top of the category and they'll work their way down in order, through the 5 clues. I mean, occasionally, obviously, you'll get the jumping categories, but usually all the categories be played straight. But Chuck Forrest, back in '86, was the first player to really say, hey, wait a minute, people are going to get comfortable with a particular category or whatever, and I'm not going to be able to cash in as well on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump from this category to that category and change difficulties all the way throughout. This way, my opponents don't get to sit on a comfortable mind frame and think, okay, I can start thinking of all the things I know about this category for a little while, and I'm gonna start getting stuff. No, now it's like you said, it's like, oh, now we gotta think of science or whatever. Oh wait, now he's switching to sports. Now I gotta do that. Wait, now music. Wait, and again, it just threw his opponents off. So he was able to dominate for $72,000 in his original 5-game run, and then he won the Tournament of Champions for another $100,000 after that. What's strange with Chuck is that he was never really able to duplicate that success afterward. He didn't get far in the Super Jeopardy tournament in 1990.
Yeah, I got the stats up here too.
Yeah, the $1 million Masters tournament in 2001, he lost in the first round. The Ultimate Tournament of Champions in 2004, he was one of the 9 that got a bye in the second round, lost there, and he did a little better a couple years ago in the Battle of the Decades tournament, but he still didn't make the end in that regard either. So he's a great player, but Do you think
Okay,
in general the
question.
games?
How,
Go
how
ahead.
how did the Masters tournament work?
It worked like a regular Tournament of Champions format. Same, well, of that era, I should say. Nothing really different. Brian, you were a bit
I meant.
off. Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Scott. No, I was just
I'll
gonna.
ask it every
Go
camera
ahead.
about it after the show.
Okay. So I was just gonna say that you were off by a year on the years, but yeah, you were correct. 2014, Chuck Forrest Battle of the Decade semifinalist, 25K. 2005 Ultimate Tournament of Champions, 99. Nifty 9, excuse me. $25,000. $1 Million Masters Tournament semifinalist. 1990
That's
Super
right. He
Jeopardy.
is semis of Million Dollar Masters. That's right.
Yeah. 90 was Super Jeopardy's quarterfinalist. He seems to do fine on the regular gameplay, on the regular format of the show, but when it comes down to the tournament format, he just can't get much burn. Like,
Well, I can sum it up in 2 words: Brad Rutter.
Well, hey, there you go.
And
Whatever.
I can sum it up in another 2 words: Ken Jennings.
Oh, God.
those
Well,
were actually
I don't
no,
know
no,
which,
you're
I
right.
don't know which one he faced. So
Jennings. I'm sorry. Where is it at?
well, we can figure out the stats later here because we got to make
Yeah,
sure we keep this moving along. But we mentioned about Chuck, and then of course when Arthur Chu came along. What was he on last year or 2014? I lost track.
I
2014.
can find
It was
out.
last year, I think.
2014.
Okay, it was 2 years. I remember it was the spring. That's right, because his run got interrupted by the Battle of the Decades tournament a couple of times and stuff
Yep.
like that. So that's right.
2014. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and he invoked the same forced bounce concept, so he was using that to his advantage. And hey, look, he got 12 games, 12 wins out of it, so stuff like that. He obviously made a lot of enemies of the fan base along the way too, but hey, I get the.
They're not the ones playing.
He's good.
They're not the ones playing.
And he was also featured on Good Morning America.
That's true,
Gotcha,
too.
yeah. So
Yeah,
who knows there?
clips up there on YouTube.
All right, so there you go. Okay, so I think we got all the Jeopardy quota taken care of and things like that because we got some of the most significant people with regards there. Okay, Chuck, you still there?
I'm here, bro.
All right. Okay, I'll tell you what, because you've been kind of quiet on this one for a moment here. So let's get a name from you. What would you? Who comes to mind for you in terms of being a master of his game?
My man, Michael Larson of Press Your Luck.
Oh, we knew he had to come up sooner or later here or whatever. Okay, because believe me, we know we're all Press Your Luck aficionados here. But like I said, what makes him stand out for you? Just to get the opinion in there.
The spins, man. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 every time.
Now just ask out of curiosity, do you know the sequences by heart?
212, 194.
Well, all right. Well, that's the one sequence, but do you know all of the original 5?
That's the one I know because I watched that episode.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so again, for those people that never heard the story, okay, and here, Paul, if you could just dig up in
I'll look up the Lawson.
Yeah, one of the documentary videos and stuff like that. Because there is going to be something I want to point out within this that some people don't realize, and the documentary from years ago actually made a mistake on this. Is that okay?
May I say something?
Real quick, Scott.
Disclaimer in here to all of you who are new to this. Once we show you the sequence, we cannot unshow you the sequence, much like the arrow in the FedEx logo. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
You reach for this so bad, Scott. You really do. But all right, so anyway,
I am only borrowing from the game show reviewer with that because I want to get the disclaimer out there on it.
Stop it.
Yeah, the only people who are losing are those who are playing the Game Show Talkin' Fun drinking game.
Wait, Matt, we need viewers. We need more viewers first before there can be a drinking game. Okay, so all right, so here, wait, did you show the video, Paul?
I showed the wireframe of it, and I'm actually about to bring it back up right now.
Okay, because yeah. So those people who know Press Your Luck out there, and if you don't, you should, honestly, because it obviously is a fun game. There's a reason why it's our personal favorite. Most of us in the group here, but basically. The man you see here, he's on screen. Yes, remember you got to guide me here because remember I can't see it.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, is he on screen? Is he on screen?
He's on screen. Middle guy.
Yeah. So what you basically see him doing is that he spent months videotaping and memorizing the patterns of the Press Your Luck game board. That light that you see will hit all 18 squares in one of 5 specific sequences, and when it finishes one, it'll randomly choose one of the 5 patterns and just continue on. And he just knew specifically when to hit the number 4 square up in the top center or the number 8 square in the middle right over and over again, so you can keep on getting money in a spin and never stop playing. So
in the first round, he got
because he didn't know the timing. Because he didn't know of the timing between when he hit the buzzer to when the lights stopped on the board.
Right, exactly. And well.
Here we go.
But all right, but actually, there's actually sort of a flaw in that logic. Yes, reaction time does play a bit into it, and yeah, there were a couple of spins early in his round 2 run that you see where he was slightly off in his aim. He actually hit it a beat too soon. It would have gone up to the big one next. Instead, he hit a prize over on the right side of the board. But it does need to be pointed out. There were a couple of spins, especially the very first spin he took of the whole show and the very last spin he took of the whole show, where he actually, and the documentary did not mention this, okay? He actually crisscrossed 2 of the patterns. It wasn't a question of reaction time. He honestly switched 2 of them up because you talked, Scott, about the 2-12-1-9-4, correct?
Yes, that was actually in the 5th pattern, which started out as this, and I will read off the numbers to you: 3, 16, 13, 10, 8, 6, 14, 7, 5, 15, 11, 17, 2, 12, 1, 9, 4. This pattern, and above it as well too. Comes from the Press Your Luck Expert Edition 3.30.
I got 3.3 on my computer as well.
Yes.
And we put most to sleep.
Brian, you already lost
we need to go into that much detail, Scott.
Right, but I just wanted to get the pattern.
But you'll see if any of you out there, when you watch the video, you'll notice the very first spin he takes of the entire 2-part show and the very last spin he takes, he hits the middle left square, which we dubbed number 17. Basically, all those numbers that Scott just read out. Take the number 1, take the top left square, call it number 1, and go clockwise around the board, and that would give you the 1 through 18.
Kind of forgot that little detail.
Yes, because without that, Scott, those numbers you just rattled out don't mean a damn thing. Okay, but anyway, but the point of it all, folks, is that the pattern that you mentioned it, Charles, the 2-12-1-9-4 that you talked about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you notice how the last 3 numbers in that piece, the 1, which is the top left corner, the 9, which would be just below the bottom right, and then the 4 up at the top. Okay.
It's like
9 would be.
Wait, Scott, hold on, wait. Let me get this. Okay.
Oh, wait.
But then the key here is that there were, in one of the other patterns, the one where he actually went, instead of went for the top, went for the one on the right side, the number 8. The 3 squares that came before that number 8 in that sequence were, instead of going 1 to 9, went 2 to 9. 2 being the one just next to the top left square. In 3 different spins in his big run, he mistook 2-9 for 1-9, and his reaction time stop after the 9 lit up, because thinking it was going to go to the 4 next, and instead it went across to the left side for the 17, and that almost cost him dearly on the very last spin, because when he hit it, as you saw in the clip, the contents of the board shuffle about every 3/4 of a second, and it was just shuffling from a money value. It could have shuffled to a whammy. He almost blew all of his hard work on one flub, but mercifully for him, he didn't.
Square after 17, if he let that go, would have
gone to the 8 across that was what he used in that pattern. But again, that was just a matter of misreading the pattern.
There were 2 patterns of that landed on the 8. Well, 17-8.
Yeah, but one of them he never used. Period. So that was the key there.
So I don't think it was the second pattern.
But again, whichever one you call the second pattern, yeah, like I said, that's inconsequential. What everybody calls pattern number 1, 2, that doesn't make a difference. So don't even bother with that context.
Yeah, because we have to remember that they're not numerical in order. It's not like it's going to go first 18, second 18. No, it's just going to be random 18, pattern 1, random 18, pattern 2, and then it just keeps going around like that. There's no real way to say that pattern A is going to come after pattern B, and then after pattern B is going to be pattern C. It's just going to be whichever pattern the producers want to go ahead and put in. There's no set word.
The thing just randomly decides, okay, it's giving up this pattern next, and then it's giving up this pattern. It might give up the same one. You don't know.
Right.
So, yeah, there's no way to call each pattern number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the basis thing. But all right. So anyway, but that regard. But now, Scott, I'll just come back to you on this because I know that, actually, matter of fact, we were talking about this a little bit earlier tonight before the broadcast. So, like I said, you're a poker player, or at least you're training to be a poker player. Okay, true. All right. Now, some people over the years have described it akin to the whole thing akin to card counting in. Okay, I thought you were putting the video back up, Scott.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, because you're trying to dig for the clip there.
Yeah, I'm digging. I'm trying to dig around for it.
While you dig for the spin that I'm talking about. All right. Do you? Some people, Scott, have attributed what Larson did with studying it to the idea of people who card count in blackjack and sort of things like that or whatever. Do you think that's a fair and similar comparison?
Yes. Only reason is because card counting is not illegal. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just using your brain to make the proper judgment on it, i.e. take a look at the movie 21 or read the book Bringing Down the House, which I recommend. It's a very good read in how the MIT
about the MIT gamblers, yeah.
The MIT blackjack team. But, yeah, they didn't do anything wrong. They just used their brain to play. I mean, apparently they just got too good, and the casino asked them to, please stop playing,
Well, yeah, right, yeah. Well, yeah. As they wrote in the book, they say, yeah, in Vegas they ask you to leave. Atlantic City doesn't make you leave, but they try to make it harder on you. They stiffen up the minimum ante and things like that, or whatever. That's how they told it in the beginning of the book. The only major difference I would probably say, and I'll just ask around real quick.
I don't. To answer this truthfully, I don't. I can see where that's coming at, but thing wrong. He just used his brain and his knowledge of the show to play the game and to beat the system. He brought down, to quote from that episode, here's Press Your Luck as the Titanic and Michael Larson's the iceberg. Brought down the show.
True there.
He made the show change the way that, change up the system, much like the guy from Card Sharks when he had all 4 threes come out.
No, that's more akin to what happened on The Price is Right.
For another time. All right, but even in that regard, I understand. All right, yeah, but that's a totally different context whatsoever. But the one thing that's majorly different compared to traditional card counting is card counting as it stands in blackjack and things like that is not entirely foolproof because you still can't totally predict the next card. Whereas Larson could predict what light it was going to next. So
Right.
and that I think everybody here can agree upon. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
I think that's kind of what Larson kind of did was kind of part of the reason why that when they made Whammy the all new pressure look, they literally had the computer go, okay, so random is random, no set patterns, no nothing. The square bounced around all over.
You bet. Right. Exactly.
Larson.
Larson proof.
They Larson proofed the board. Like they made sure that that this was not going to return. Like we're not going to have that happen again. And I think there was even a timeout rule, or there was just a lot of good editing done on the players who just sat there like, I'm gonna wait for it, and stop it.
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah, I'll get that in regard. All right, so yeah, like I said, yeah, we knew Larson was going to come up tonight here, whoever. Okay, Matthew, your chance to chime in there. Who do you got to nominate for us?
You mean I finally get to talk and Scott won't interrupt me?
Go.
Well, wait. I'll say that in Scott's defense. No, actually, and those of you who have watched our previous game show, Talking Funds, and our convention attention so far, yes, Scott has a nasty habit of interrupting and butting in, but you've been better tonight, which is good. All right, just keep working on it. Okay. All right, Matt, go for it. Who you gonna nominate?
All right, I got tape here just in case. Anyway. Something else I'd like to bring up, we've already brought it up with patterns and knowing your skills, but I'd like to give you an example of loophole abuse. It's basically another case of finding a loophole in the rules and exploiting it to its fullest potential.
For this one,
nah. Well, that's a similar example to Michael Larson, but I didn't bring that up because I felt that one was too similar.
True.
I'm going with something different. I'm going to name that tune for this one.
Name that tune. Who do you have in name that tune?
I know what he's about to mention because again, Scott showed me this episode. You're referring to the gentleman who abused the let me stop, I'm gonna pass, and then wait, I got it.
Yes.
That guy? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you explain that.
Yeah, please. Yeah, this is a story to me.
Okay.
Me or Woj?
As you know, in the Golden Medley, which is the bonus round, you get 30 seconds to name 7 tunes. You have to hit your buzzer to stop the music and the clock, and then either answer the tune, either name the tune, or pass. If you give a wrong answer, the bonus round ends, and you just walk away with whatever prizes you have. However, this contestant named Hap Trout, when he stopped the clock, he initially told Jim Lang that he would like to pass, but using that time and his verbal patter in transitioning to the next tune, he used that time to figure out what the tune he just passed on was and named it right before he started the music.
Right.
Okay, and I think now it's ringing a bell. So it's been a little while since I've seen the clip you're talking about, and I know
What was the name of it again, please?
I know it's out there on YouTube. Yeah. Let's if we get a link dug up for the YouTube chat on the side of the video so people can look at that one too.
No,
His name is
Check it.
We can't show it here because, like I said, music's the one no.
It's muted. It's muted. Like that. With all the clips I've been showing you guys so far, it's muted, so we could go ahead and talk over it.
Okay.
Check over in game show.
Wait. One person, and I'm gonna say Matt because you mentioned it. Can you spell it? Can you spell his name real quick?
His first name is H-A-P, last name is T-R-O-U-T.
Like the fish.
Yes.
Okay.
And
now
Scott.
And if we're gonna do fish puns, he definitely did not flounder. See, there you go. I got you for a change, Scott.
I was going to say Paul, check over on Game Show Temples. Tiller still has it.
It's somewhere. Yeah. No. Like I said, the clips are out there. It's okay. But here, while Paul digs that up and things like that. But no, definitely no. That's definitely using the extra, time to your advantage and things. Whatever. I mean,
I have one. I got another one, and me and David were talking about this in the.
Well, I was actually because I know if David was here, there was a name he was gonna mention. I wanted to make sure that I on his behalf, I want to make sure I got this name on the list. However, let me just here. Wait, look on the side. Wait, look on the side here. Scott, is that the name you wanted?
Hold on.
Look on the side in our chat.
Got it.
Is that the name you wanted?
Yes.
Okay, I was just about to bring him up. I was gonna get him up on David's behalf. But in the meantime, here, Paul, you got the clip?
Yeah, I got the clip. I'm gonna start playing it right now.
Okay, here you are. Here you play the clip, and like I said, Matt, just re-explain it as the clip goes up. I just need to step away for 1 second. You guys discuss it. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Well, okay, go ahead, Matt.
Okay, as you can see here, he just named the first tune within the first second. He's gonna name another tune correctly here, and when we get to the third tune, you're gonna see him execute this strategy. Give it time. Here it comes. So now here's Jim giving the orchestra their cue. The music is playing, and he just buzzed in and told Jim he'd like to pass, and so
No. He gets this one, and then he starts to stammer.
Yeah, so he's named 3 tunes before he's used up the first 10 seconds. Here it comes. The 4th tune is playing, and he just stopped the clock and just told Jim he'd like to pass, and now Jim is just transitioning. You can see him moving his hands there, still thinking, and just gave Jim the correct answer.
So the general way how I'm interpreting the rule is, so as long as the next song has not started to play, it still counts for the last song.
Yes.
Pretty much.
But once he starts the next song, then he has to wait to go through the other songs to guess again.
To make it come back around.
Yeah, so here it is again, telling Jim to stop talking while he's continuing to verbalize his thoughts, and is about to give Jim the next tune. Yes, still thinking. He even keeps interrupting him just so he can.
Just so he doesn't start the song. Yep.
Whatever it is that works, So there you go.
Yeah, so he's named 5 tunes and only using half his time.
And he does get all 7, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured
I don't think he lasted. Make it in the tournament.
He got blown away in the finals.
Well, because you can't pull that same trick in the tournament, because in the showdown you're in a buzzer battle with the golden medley. So yeah, he could use that strategy to get in the tournament, but once there, he's got to do it on his own. And if you don't do it right away, you're sunk. And obviously, he met that the hard way, I imagine.
Yeah, so he passed here on the 7th.
You probably know.
Okay.
More about the show than I do. What was the highest total number of tunes named in the Golden Medley Showdown?
Who knows, Scott? Scott, without all the video proof, we have no clue. We can only guess.
So,
don't even bother trying. When you have an incomplete catalog to go with or whatever, don't even attempt to try to compile that statistic. All right. Anyway, okay. So anyway, we got that covered there. So like I said, yeah, what kind of fool am I for the last thing there? Okay. So all right. So Scott, that was the name. The name here that I'm showing you. That's the name you're going to bring up next.
Yes.
Okay.
What this guy did.
Yeah. All right. Now this is the one that both that David Hammond, who's not here, still don't know why, proposed for tonight or whatever. And for this one we go to the 80s with we mentioned Wink earlier tonight with the Reverend thing, but let's bring up the show he's most known for, Tic Tac Dough. Now most people are familiar with the person who before there was Ken Jennings, there was in 1980 there was Tom McKee who ran 43 games during the spring and fall of 1980, racking up over $300,000 plus and stuff like that. All right, but the number 2 winner in tic-tac-toe in Winx tic-tac-toe history had definitely had not only the smarts, but he had some very shrewd and clever strategy and things like that. I'm referring to a contestant by the name of Kit Salisbury. He was on toward the end of Winx run. He was on in '84 during 1984 into maybe just barely into '85. He won 39 games. He 4 shy of Tom, almost $200,000. He would have won more, but he absolutely had the worst luck in the world with the dragon at the bonus game. But if we could cue up one of Kit's episodes here, there's a reason why very often he was able to keep winning and winning, because there were some special twists to the board that by the time he was on the show that didn't exist in Tom's day, that he was able to basically well, do you ever have a person who played tic-tac-toe and tried to cheat on you by putting 2 symbols up on the board at the same time?
Yeah.
Going to interject on something with Tom McKee. Most of that also came from the 8 on the show as well too.
Well, wait, what? All right, but Kit had 7 cars on his own too, so it's not even a question of how much the cars figure into the winnings or whatever.
Another thing is that Tom McKee had the advantage of the secret category.
Okay, yeah, there were a couple of times that he had a big jackpot as a result of the secret category and things like that. But again, it's not to deny the fact that Kit had a big wings potential himself as well. Here, just cue up just so we get a face of Kit Salisbury. Just show it real quick here, just so we have an idea of what he looks like.
Ask a question about this.
Can we get Paul? We got the picture up.
Working on it.
Okay, all right.
Here. Seen good winners like on the '90s reboot of Tic-Tac-Toe.
There was maybe one person I could think of that won like 50-some thousand, or whatever, but I think that was the extreme of it or whatever. So anyway, okay, I can see a little bit of the video you're trying to cue up, Paul. Where that was probably from like his first win and things like that. I don't know if that clip was the definite proof of the thing, but just rewind a little bit and get a shot of the board there before his final O is put there in that clip. So just cycle back a little bit, because I just want to show a little visual of the board just to give the people watching to understand. Okay, so here's right there.
Can I jump in and say this?
Wait, cue up that still shot. Cue up that still shot.
What still shot?
The still shot.
The one you have right there.
The one you just
had
right there.
Yeah. I have it.
Cue that still just for a while. Cue it up so that everybody on YouTube can see it.
Everybody can see it.
Okay, all right. So now the thing is, by the time Kit got on the show, okay, you can see how on the board you see how those categories are in red, right? Okay, basically the thing is the red categories always, because most traditionally the main categories on the board were blue, and so that you'd have your general science, your who am I, or whatever the case was. But then the red categories had all had special rules attached to them. Now in Winx days, some categories involved only the person picking it. Sometimes there was a face-off between the 2 people. But in Kit's case, those red categories were what he exploited, because what it was that there were two particular red categories that continuously kept showing up in most of Kit's games, and he was using them to the biggest advantage, because by the time he came on the show, they always had 3 out of the 9 be red categories. And one of them was usually, in most of his games, either one of 2 things. One was called the bonus category. The way it worked was it was a 3-part question. If you answered all 3 parts to the question correctly, you immediately took another turn. So if the bonus category was available, he'd immediately go for it, usually get it, and then keep on trying to pick the bonus category as often as it would appear in the shuffle so that he could put a whole bunch of X's up on the board and win that way. Okay? That was the one that he used. The other red category that he used was one called Double or Nothing. Now, it had slightly different rules when it first premiered, but the main rule that retained for most of its existence was this. If you play the category, if you get it right, you then immediately choose a second box. If you get that question right, you win both boxes. Miss, and you get neither one. He would often try to use Double or Nothing to put up 2 X's at a time, and very often did it. What's ironic is his championship reign actually ended as a result of the Double or Nothing category because his opponent managed to use it because it appeared just in the perfect place that the opponent could make a tic-tac-toe if they got the Double or Nothing and the box on the other side of the board, which was very ironic given how he liked to use it. He lived by the sword, he died by the sword. So, but that was the way that Kit managed to and I know we said we wouldn't use this word, rig tic-tac-toe in his personal favor. True, Matthew. I think it's fair to.
But we'll accept the results.
Use the word rig here.
Yes, we can accept the results.